Hello, it's Sherry again, and guess what? I've got a journal flip through to share. Um, Although, you know what? My last one only got 5 views, like completely, and I think I have more subscribers than that, so I don't know if it's because Christmas time is really busy and people don't watch videos then, or because I'm now doing something wrong, or people are just tired of looking. So I don't know. But I guess I'm going to go ahead and flip through this one. I, I actually don't know if I have flipped through any of this one yet, so I'm just going to do the whole thing. And then, now that it's January 2020, I think I'm going to do something a little different, different with my journals, just in how I like fill them up. I'm still going to share them online if folks want me to. Okay, hang on. Yeah, somebody was just rolling around and hitting the bag of kindling. She gets silly like that. That's what the noise was. And meanwhile, Myrtle's just over here, on the other side of these boxes that need to go to the recycling, because she's probably going to run through behind them to attack Janice in a little bit. But Janice is onto her scheme. Look at Janice's bow, isn't that precious? Okay, anyway, that obviously, hello Myrtle, has nothing to do with my journal thing. But, so, I don't know, maybe people don't care about this anymore, or at least from my particular channel. And I guess if that's the case and that's how everyone feels or whatnot, then I'll just, I just won't put any up anymore. Anyway, this journal I got from a seller on Etsy. She made it herself, all the pages. She hand-dyed the paper, and they are either green, red, or sort of a gold/tan color. I am not sure what this is. I think it feels different to me than cardstock, and it's more flexible, like. Anyway, it's the cover's really cute. It's just got these old-fashioned little thingies on it, and she had sewn the signatures in, and it came with a twine, just a piece of twine to cover close it. But I got this red ribbon off one of my Christmas gifts this year, and I thought it went better, so I'm using that to close it. Then this is just a tag that came off something that I thought was cute, and I just thought it needed a little bit something else on the outside, so that's why it's there. So let's open it up, I guess, and see, we've got it started 1st of December, finished 2nd of January. And I stuck my one of my address labels in there. This is a pocket, but I didn't really use it. I just stuck these pictures in. This is a doily. Half is on the front and half is the back. And then it's got a lot of pictures from magazines for decoration. This is the piece of the garland that I hung up on the wall. It doesn't look nearly as pretty or impressive here as it does all together up on the wall. And I just... Oh, and what I do is, even though I'm an adult, I still get an advent calendar every year. I don't get the ones where there's chocolate in them. I always get the ones where there's a picture or a story on the other side. But I thought every time I took a door off, that's what I would use for to number my pages until Christmas. So that's what those are. And then just magazine pictures, and the paper. This paper feels really neat. And it's got a nice sound. It's kind of cool. So, it's the first, the second, the third. This isn't from a magazine. This is actually, I cut out from the plastic bag because I love these mint nougats. I have some every Christmas. And I got a bag this year. They're very pepperminty, so I only ate like 4 of them. But I'll eat them throughout the year. I really like those. If you hear any weird background stuff, Myrtle has decided that she's silly and it's playtime for her, so that is most likely what noises will be. And let's see. Well, the tree is finally up. So December 4th is when I finally got my tree up. I don't know. I guess I don't feel like really reading much. There's probably not much here. I don't write anything important, you know? The tree still isn't decorated. Yeah, we put it up, but I didn't put the lights or anything on it right away. It's really pretty washi tape. Oh, cat hair everywhere. My favorite new washi tape I used for Christmas time was these guys, because they're cute Santas, but they look like gnomes at the same time. They're just too precious. And then felt these I had got some felt shapes that were almost as big as this page, and they were already cut out gingerbread men, and I painted icing on them with white puffy paint, so it looked like icing, so I could make a banner or like a border garland of gingerbread men. And then this just came off a piece of candy. Pen Pal Heather sent me a sweet wooden owl ornament. Is really cute. I don't have a photo of it, but it was really nice. And then there's a little note, and it's either Snapfish or the other one. I had ordered Christmas ornaments, 1 each for Janice. Whoops, there she is, and for Myrtle Jean. And they sent, these are the little proofs that they sent with it, so those I could actually stick in there. What's this? Wolfbane and Mistletoe. Oh, that's the book I was reading or trying to read for Christmas. I got so bogged down. I read it's a book of short stories that have to involve, each story had to involve werewolves and Christmas, which is really cute, and I was enjoying it, but for some reason I've been having trouble reading lately. Not that I can't read, just, I mean, like, I fall asleep, or something's not grabbing me enough to keep me at it, or I've got other stuff to do, you know? I don't know. Still, it's pretty. What is pretty? Oh, we're talking about Christmas lights, and how Christmas lights are like a special kind of light, all their own to me. Oh, and then I looked at some facts about poinsettias because I was curious. Like, apparently they're native to Mexico, and I didn't know that. Oh, I had tried some Junior Mints Peppermint Crunch. The outside just has these little crunchy dots on it. Otherwise, it tastes exactly like your basic Junior Mints. And something sucked. I think the heat. Oh, I think the heat's getting sucked out of the window. Yeah, in the 2 back bedrooms, it's a lot colder there than it is in the rest of the apartment, and I think it's because those windows seem to leak quite a bit of air. Anyway, and then this, I didn't specifically think of it as Christmassy, although if you put it on red, or if you put it with another Christmas washi tape, it's pretty Christmassy. Anyway, that came off an envelope, so I stuck it on there. And oh, this one we're flipping from my Wellbutrin to a different drug to see if that one helps better. And this, I hope it's visible. It's supposed to be a mailbox with Christmas lights on it, full of Christmas cards. I miss my nephews growing up, and I regret it now. And of course, it's a bit too late to do a damned thing about it. Yep. So, this was the first wrapping paper I picked out. I actually only bought 2 rolls of wrapping paper, and I have just a little bit of one of them left. So my Christmas wrapping paper needs and everything have drastically changed from last year. This was the other Christmas wrapping paper I had picked, because I know a lot of people who hunt that are on my list, and it was just cute, so I had to put that on there. And plus, it's cool. It's like, what does Santa do on his off time? He could take his dog hunting. Why not? Oh, and of course, it's always nice to get a note from a friend. I have a friend in Germany, more than one, that handmade me a really cute little Christmas card, and this was part of her note that was inside it. Now, of course, spoiling the dog, and I had to get her some more treats because that's what you do, and she loved it. Her tummy didn't like it too awful much, but that didn't seem to bother her. I mean, she would eat another one. Look at Mrs. Sin in the kitchen kicking up her heels, having all kinds of fun. Then my friend and I made cookies. I don't have a Minnesota-shaped cookie cutter. I could have. I bought one for my sister this year and mailed it to her, and I could have just grabbed one for me at the same time. For some reason, I didn't. This is from a newspaper thing about making Christmas cookies, oddly enough. And then this was day 2 of Cookie Fun because it took us so long to get them all cut out and baked yesterday, the day before, that we decided to ice and decorate them the next day. And so we made some really goofy cookies. By the end of it, we were sort of slap happy and weird. And then just some more. I really like this washi tape too. That's one of the other ones I had picked myself. Yeah, I do really like that one. This came off of an envelope. This was actually on the outside. And a friend had sent me, it's so funny because I got a cookie cutter for that snowman. Whoops. Okay, I got the cookie cutter to make that snowman in a package from a friend at Snail Mailers R Us the day after we were all done making our cookies. But that's okay, totally have them ready for next year. Or if I just want to make wintertime cookies that are cut out and decorated, snowmen are perfect for that. So, sorry about the focusing thing. I have these napkins for this year, so I used one of them. This is December 24th, both pages. See how it's like green and red, although it's sort of a light green and pinkish, but it's okay, I don't care. I like it. I got this off of that envelope too. Whoops. And Christmas, you know what? I didn't want to write down every little thing. I didn't want to write a list of presents because that Christmas isn't just about the presents. So I just stuck some wrapping paper in here that came on some of mine. Like this. This is the kind my sister wrapped my present in. This foil, which I always think is so fun and fancy. And then my Aunt Debbie sent me a present in this paper. And my niece gave me a present with this paper, for instance. And then that was one of my tags off a gift. This is a tag off a stuffed Gumby dog toy that my sister sent for Janice. And it's the coolest thing, and I love it. Unfortunately, Janice does not know how to play with stuffed animals, or else just plain is not a stuffed animal type dog. But, the only time she pays attention to him is if I slob some peanut butter on his fur, and then Gumby's fur, I mean, and then she'll lick it off, and then he just lays there on the floor. And whatever. I had Christmas Day at my friend's house, and she made lasagna, like this wonderful homemade lasagna for dinner, with wonderful garlic toast. It was absolutely yummy. Of course, we ate more cookies, and she's my friend, and we did give some gifts, and there was hugs, and I just had fun. I didn't want to go over nuts with it. And then this is actually washi tape off a letter, my Christmas card actually, from Megan. And I saved it in the back of the journal until the 25th, just so I could use it on Christmas Day. And then, okay, so here's the thing. Christmas Day is December 25th, of course. And now you see the next date is the 2nd of January. I didn't write anything else. And I kept thinking, I gotta fill my days in. I gotta write and catch up. And I suddenly, for whatever reason, I felt like I was putting pressure on myself. I shouldn't have to write on a certain day if I didn't want to, but I wanted to fill my book up because I wanted to start the new year with a new journal. And because I was thinking all that, and I was just in my head, I just decided to write a little bit about that. I found this little image of a pen. I should have trimmed that better. Anyway, so I wrote a little bit about that, blah, 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 and then I decided that since I hadn't put any Christmas cards in here because I hung them on the wall, well, they got to come down. So then I filled my pages with Christmas cards that I got from people. So I'm just going to kind of flip through them because that way I've got my Christmas cards saved and pages used. And then, what? And after Christmas, I didn't get any, like, I was hoping to get some candy for Christmas, some dark chocolates, and I didn't, and that's okay. So I went out and I bought the Lindt Linder truffles. They've got the dark chocolate ones, which are the dark blue wrapper, but then they have a darker chocolate, which is a 60% cocoa, and then they have the darkest chocolate so far, I guess, that they have is a 70%, you can see, 70% cocoa Lindt Linder truffles, and I can eat one of these, just one, and then I'm satisfied for a chocolate fit for a while. They're wonderful. Of course I had to throw a wrapper in there. I'm sorry about all this focusing stuff. I really am. It's probably why a lot of people don't like my videos, because you don't focus, or you don't know what you're gonna say, or you just fuck you people, you know. I'm not here to become a world-class YouTuber and make tons of money at it, like say Rhett and Link or something. That's their job. This is my job. I just want to share stuff with people with similar interests. I'm sorry. Apparently I'm really grumpy at the moment. I don't mean to be. So my dad lives in Thailand most of the year. But what he did was he had my sister and I send him some stuff that we wanted from Amazon, and he would pick from our lists and send us a few things that way. So I saved the little notes that you could put in there. Of course, he's going to call himself Santa. But it's like he sent me Elmer's Extra Strength Office Glue Sticks, which I really did hope he was going to send because that was one of the ones I wanted the most. In fact, they're right here. This is an 18-pack. I use glue sticks a lot. And I was like, oh my God, to have my own little box sitting right here. So far, I've gone through 2 of them. And I like these because they're acid-free. But they seem a little stronger than just the regular Elmer's glue stick. And I also just don't like the ones that start out purple or blue and then dry to clear. I don't know why, I just hate them. And these don't. These start out clear. These are my favorite, until something better comes along. These are my favorite glue sticks. And probably when this is empty, or as it's, like when I'm down to 2, I will probably order myself some more from Amazon. Or if it's not, if that doesn't happen till my birthday, which I doubt, I'll just ask my dad to give me some for my birthday in March or whatever. But yeah, that was one of my favorite gifts that I got this year, actually. What else is here? Oh, I got some really nice mixing bowls that have that rubbery stuff on the bottom so they don't slide around when you're trying to mix it. They're wonderful. And then the Salmon of Doubt, which is one of the things in the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I hadn't read that one yet. And then this one, oh, I guess that one was just, there was one on each. I don't know. Anyhow, he also sent presents for Janice and for Myrtle Jean, which is really sweet. And he also sent me a blouse, a super pretty and comfy blouse in green. He sent my sister and I each matching ones. Well, the colors, it's the exact same blouse, but she picked a brown and I picked a green color. And then during Christmas, and which I hadn't written about, but during Christmas, Christmas Eve, my neighbor a couple doors down drove to Michigan to visit her family for Christmas. I think it was about 5 days that she was gone, and I looked in on her kitty Norman, and she had left me this note on top of his food container when I went in to feed him and cuddle him and stuff, and that just made me feel good. You're the best. Norm's 20 years old, and yeah, he's skinny, and yeah, I think he might have glaucoma or cataracts or something. I'm not sure which is the one where their eyes are milky, but you know what? He's the sweetest thing. He'd be right at the door waiting for me, and I'd feed him, he'd eat, and I would just sit down on the chair, and he'd jump up, and we'd cuddle, and he would purr his head off for like 40 minutes. And he'd get up, and he'd go sit somewhere else, and that was my cue that he was done with me, and I could go home. He's a super, super sweet kitty, if you are a kitty person. All right? Okay. Oh, and then I have found more cards in a different room. What the heck? Did I not securely put that? Oh, I just didn't tape it in the corner. Anyway, so then I've got a couple more cards here that I found. And then I do have a few pages that I guess are wasted, but I really didn't want to start my brand new journal. And my old one, I wanted to have a new journal for the new year, so I did. And there's this back pocket, which there's nothing in it now, but I used it to hold some different things that I wanted to put in here throughout the month. And there's my stamps. I got more letters than what these stamps look like, but a lot of the stamps are repeats, and if it usually, well, I messed that one up because I've got 2 with the exact same flag, but usually I don't put repeats on, so it makes it look like I got less mail than I did. Not that anybody gives a flying fuck about that, honest to God, or whomever.